everyone, and welcome to the Halloween update video. It really has nothing to do with Halloween besides the beginning of that, but we got a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to jump right in. First off, I've got not that much done with the progress of Mundus since school's been really getting in the way, but basically I've just been working on reworking the game so that it works for Mac and Linux, fixing up a couple bugs. It pretty much looks exactly the same as it did before, except there's still a few glitches, and of course it works on both Mac and Linux, which is nice. I'm not sure when the full game's going to be ready for release, hopefully soon, but again, school's pretty tough. But I'll let you know when it's ready, and hopefully I'll be able to release it soon. Second of all, after a lot of deliberation, I think I'm going to change the name of Mundus, because I don't know if Mundus is really the best name for it. This is because of like three major reasons. One, Mundus means world in Latin, which isn't really relevant to the game, because not only does the game have multiple worlds, but world doesn't really imply planet, so I don't really know about that. Second of all, there's a game called Mundus Novus, which is pretty similar to mine, so if you search Mundus Indie Game, it'll show you Mundus my game and Mundus Novus somebody else's game. So that's not too good. And also, there's a game called, there's a boss called Mundus in Devil May Cry, which is another video game, so anytime you search for Mundus footage or Mundus game on YouTube or Google, it's going to give you Devil May Cry footage of the Mundus boss, or a wiki of Devil May Cry. So, I really don't want people to be searching for my game and come up with another, possibly better game. So, basically, I've came up with a bunch of ideas for what I want the name to be. Basically three major ideas. The first one, I want to call it Astro Islands. Now, the reason why this is because I think it represents the game well, as in the planets are sort of like islands because you can jump between one from another. They're sort of small, they have their own isolated biome. Also, there's no game that really has a name close to that, so if somebody was to search Astro Islands game on YouTube, then they would probably come up with my game instead of anything else, which is nice. Or even Google Astro Islands, no game at the end, which is good. The second one I came up with is called Remor, which means explorer in Latin. The reason I chose this one is because it's nice and short and sweet. It has a similar ring to Mundus. Thing is, though, there's already a game called Remor, but it's just like a small developmental Java game. I'll show some footage of it. And explorer doesn't really fit the game all that well, but I feel like the pros outweigh the cons on this one, so I still kept it. The last one is Astro Compass, which means a navigation system that positions itself relative to the stars. The reason I chose this is because the malfunctioning of the ship causing the crash in the beginning of the game is because of this. Like, that's the reason why it happens. I was going to work in like dialogue and a story, but I didn't find time. And I also just like the name because it sort of implies space exploration, astro, space, compass exploration. But I mean, like, the name doesn't really scream planetary exploration, like little ecosystems or survival at all. So I'm not sure about that one, but still, it's in the description. All of them have pros and cons, so keep that in mind. I could also just keep the name Mundus if you guys like. Like, I mean, it's not that bad. I feel like if people search Mundus game, once it gets popular, it's gonna show up with my game before it does with Devil May Cry. But we'll see. Also, I could get sued by the people who make Devil May Cry, which wouldn't be too good. There's a straw poll in the description for you voting for your name. Please check that out. If you're watching this video and you usually don't comment, please just go down and give it a vote for whatever one that you want the most, because I honestly like all the names the same. I'm a bit more favoritive to Astro Islands, but don't let that sway your choice. Alright, and third of all, when I was remaking the game, I noticed that there's a lot of uniformity with all the planets. Like, when I remade the game from what it was before, like the first trailer that I ever put out, I wanted to make the planets fun. I wanted to make the whole game more centric around the planets rather than the space exploration or the planetary exploration. So I changed them and made each planet different, but at the same time they're still really not, because it's just a circular sphere with stuff on it. So what I wanted to do was make sort of a block-based planetary thing, so that it's like a circular thing with different varying terrain. I'll show some footage of it. The footage that I'm showing is a prototype. It functions really well, and like I could easily work it into the game. Well, not easily, but like I wouldn't have any difficulty doing it because making the prototype wasn't all that hard. You'll notice that it's like tile based, so it'll be a lot easier to like texture the thing rather than just having grass around the thing. I can put like different minerals and stuff in the middle. So I didn't put this into the main game. I just made the prototype that you're looking at because it is going to change the game a lot, and it's going to be hard to bring it back from what it was, and I wanted to hear your opinion first before I did it. Let me know what you think about it. Is it too Terraria or Minecraft-like? Are there any alternatives that you would want? Like, I'm probably not going to add this before I post the game and let you guys play it. I'm probably going to do that afterwards, depending on how much you guys want this. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Thanks for staying with me this entire time. It's great. It's excellent. You guys are amazing. And hopefully I can get it released soon. Like I have repeated a lot, school is very, very difficult, and I'm finding it hard to find time to do stuff, but it is actually helping me with game design. I've been learning how to manage how your algorithms take time and sort of figure out how you could optimize algorithms, so that's good to know. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you for the next update. Bye, and have a happy Halloween.